Hello, my name is Frank Lassen. I'm the band director of the Solana Beach School District Band. And I'd like to say hello to all of you students from the district and let you know that I'm here today to demonstrate the trumpet for you today. This is the trumpet, but I'm also the band director, so I'm the one that conducts all the different instruments. We have lots of different instruments: trumpets, trombones, baritones, we have percussion, flutes, clarinets, saxophones. So the reason I'm here talking to you today is because we'd like to interest you in joining the band. The band is a great opportunity to learn how to play a musical instrument. And playing a musical instrument can bring you joy and mental stimulation for the rest of your life, like nothing else can.
Hi, Solana Beach School District families. My name is Robin Glasson, and I am one of the assistant band directors and also the band liaison for the Solana Beach School District Band program. We have a beginning band and an advanced band. Obviously, in past years, we have met in person, but since March, we've been doing band virtually, and we would like to continue with virtual band for this school year and band beginning in the middle of October and going all the way through June. So unlike some other CDC enrichment activities, band is the entire school year that you're committing to. And we have both a beginning band, and that's perfect for someone who has absolutely no band experience, has never touched a band instrument before. And then we have our advanced band, which is for students who've been playing one of our band instruments for about a year. You could have taken private lessons for a year in your instrument or done our beginning band program. Either way qualifies you for our advanced band. So let's talk a little bit about beginning band. Beginning band meets on Tuesdays, and we meet from 3:30 to 5:30. Because we're doing everything virtually, you'll be meeting through Zoom during that time. And for about the first 7 or so classes, you will be meeting not as a band, but in instrument sections. So for example, if you pick flute, you'll be meeting with all the other flutes, up to a maximum of 10 flutes, with your flute instructor, Miss Tiffany. If you pick clarinet, same thing, there'll be a maximum of 10 of you, and you will meet with Mr. Peter, our clarinet coach. And on saxophone, you'll be meeting with Mr. Jordan. And on trumpet or baritone, all the brass will meet together, 10 maximum, with Mr. Frank. And that's 10 of both instruments combined, because he teaches both the trumpet and the baritone. So those are the instruments we're offering this year for band. And like I said, 10 students in a Zoom class maximum. So please sign up right away if you are interested. Please also make sure you'll pick your instrument right away, because we have a limited number for each class. We need students to be certain of their instruments when they start. And we're going to include a little bit of video footage here for you to see and hear what all the different instruments sound and look like, and also meet all our different coaches. So advanced band will meet on Mondays, also 3:30 to 5:30, and also through Zoom. And there we will meet all the brass for half the class, and then all the woodwinds and percussion for half the class. So we'll split it up in half. We may change that up from week to week because it's a little bit different with advanced band. We're more troubleshooting and advising you and helping you, as opposed to taking you through a very specific curriculum, which is what we do with beginning band. So for beginning band, we follow the essential elements of music book, which is something that you will need to purchase. You'll also need to rent your instrument, whichever band you play in. And we can give you information on some music stores that you can rent an instrument from. They do monthly, they do yearly. You can find something that works for you, and I will give you lots of details on that on our website as we get closer to the time. And yeah, in the meantime, the most important thing if you want to do beginning band is to know which instrument you want to pick. So like I said, flute, clarinet, alto saxophone, trumpet, or baritone. Those are your 5 options taught by our 4 different coaches. So yeah, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our coaches, and we will begin with Miss Tiffany, our flute coach.
Hello there, my name is Tiffany Covell and I am the flute coach. So today I'm going to introduce the flute to you. The flute is from the woodwind family, but it isn't made of wood. It used to be. Now it's made of metal, and it has all sorts of keys. It can look intimidating at first, but really our fingers, they stay in the same place, and all the other keys are attached and move accordingly to make the different notes. You can see here that unlike some of the other woodwind instruments, this does not have a normal mouthpiece where you put your lips over the mouthpiece and blow, and all the air goes directly into it. Instead, we blow across it. like a bottle. And actually, if you have a bottle at home, I recommend that you try seeing if you can get a sound like this. So you put your lower lip right up against that bottle about a third of the way from the bottom. And then you want to kind of blow across and down. So see if you can make a sound. And your lips should just be pretty relaxed when you play. Don't want to smile, even though we're all real friendly. Just kind of keep your lips at rest and let the inner part of your lips, that's called your aperture, let that do the work. I'm going to play for you a few pieces to demonstrate some of the great ways that flutes are used in music. One of my favorite ways is through playing world music. I especially like Latin. And flutes are known for being able to play high notes and fast notes with fast fingers and fast articulations. Another good way that flute is used is to play something low and sultry, maybe jazzy. You might recognize this one. Anyone? Pink Panther. Yeah. Okay, and classical music. You may have noticed that when I'm playing my flute, I hold it up parallel. But you haven't had a chance to see the keys in action, so I'll just play a little bit for you.
Hello, my name is Peter and I'm a clarinet player, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the clarinet, how it works, what it's capable of, and how much fun it is. So the clarinet is a woodwind instrument, and it works by blowing through a reed. And this little reed is made of what's called cane, which is a type of grass, and it's dried out, it's really old and dried out to the point where it's really hard, almost like wood. And what we do is we take this little reed, and you want to make sure it's really wet before you put it on your mouthpiece. This is the mouthpiece. So you put it on there, then with this little metal thing called the ligature, that's what holds it on. And then what we do is we blow really hard through that little reed, and that's what makes a sound. So let me try that for you. Let me show you how that works. So we have our reed on the mouthpiece, secured by the ligature, and it sounds like this. Except that sounds terrible, really ugly, right? But when we put it together with the actual clarinet, it produces a much more pleasant sound. So this is what that sounds like. Sounds a lot better, right? So the clarinet is really, really unique because it's so versatile. It's capable of doing a lot of things. It can play really loud, really soft, really high, really low, really fast, really slow. It can do basically everything, and that's why it's so popular. I'll demonstrate a few little pieces, a few little songs for you. And that's something nice and slow in the low register. Here's something a little bit higher. And here's something even higher. So as you can hear, the instrument can do a lot of things. It can play really high, really loud, soft, slow, fast, everything in between. Anything you want to do, this instrument is capable of that. So the way you hold the instrument, you need both hands to do it. Typically on all woodwind instruments, your left hand's on top, your right hand's on the bottom. The right hand's really important because on the clarinet, the right hand is what holds it up. We have this little thumb rest here, and your thumb hooks under there and holds the weight of the instrument, and your mouth holds the upper end on the mouthpiece, and that is how we secure the instrument. And when you join band class and choose the clarinet, because I know you all will, I'll teach you all that stuff and you guys will get really, really good at the clarinet really fast, and I know you guys will really enjoy the instrument. I hope to see you guys soon, and enjoy. Bye!
Hello everyone, my name is Jordan Jellison. I am going to be your saxophone coach. This is my third year now working with the Solana Beach kids, and it's always a great time, and we always learn a lot and have fun playing great music. So at the elementary school level, we only learn one saxophone, and that's the alto saxophone, which looks like this. This might not be the one that you're used to seeing like on television with the curved neck, or maybe you're used to seeing Leo P on YouTube with the big baritone saxophone. This is the alto saxophone. It's a little bit easier for our hands to control, especially as we're growing and as we're young. But yeah, it's actually my favorite instrument. I think it has a beautiful sound. I think it has the ability to sound sweet and lyrical. I know we don't always think of the saxophone that way though, right? We think of saxophone as being featured in jazz concerts or in rock and roll concerts. And I think that's what draws me to the saxophone, is that it has this ability to be loud and aggressive and almost, I think aggressive is the right word, but you can also tame that sound down to have a very beautiful, sweet, and supple sound. So the saxophone is a woodwind instrument, which basically means that it uses a reed, which I'll show you here. You can see I have this piece of cane on my mouthpiece that's held down by this thing here. This is called a ligature. Now, when I blow over this reed, it's going to vibrate really quickly, and that's going to create some sound coming through this tube here. Simple, right? And then as I attach the instrument, the tube becomes longer. It sounds like that. We have now a full instrument. The saxophone has 23 keys. Some of the ones that you guys will have might have 22, but that's a key that you just won't need to use for now. The fingering system is very simple, I would say. We're really lucky that the saxophone was invented not long ago, maybe like 170 years ago, and we had modern key systems. It's one of the first of its kind to have really good modern key systems. So the fingerings aren't super challenging on this one. So that's kind of an appealing thing about this instrument. So I'm just going to take a second here to play a little bit for you. We'll see if you recognize this tune. If you don't, I think your parents definitely will. So that is the saxophone. A couple more things I'll mention is you can see this is pretty big, right? It's pretty big and heavy, but I'm using the support of this neck strap, which hooks in. I'm actually using that around my neck so that I don't have to hold the weight of the whole thing. Also, when I'm forming my embouchure here, my teeth go on the top of the mouthpiece, but my lip goes over the bottom, so I'm not putting my teeth on this reed. That's going to help us create a nice sound, right? If you put your teeth on the reed, it's going to really sound loud and very like scratchy, probably is how you would describe it, a scratchy sound. Yeah, so that's the saxophone. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you guys would ask about it. The reeds are very delicate, so if you're not careful, you could break your reeds, and that does cost money to replace them. I use about one reed every few weeks because I don't break my reeds anymore. I don't accidentally chip them. They're very delicate, so slight little chip on the end, it's done, and you have to throw it away, and you have to get a new one. But yeah, so thanks for watching, you guys. Again, my name is Jordan Jellison, or Mr. J, and I hope to see you all very soon.
Hi everybody, it's Frank Lasson again, the band director. This time I'm going to demonstrate the trumpet for you and explain to you how the trumpet works. So let me explain. I'll play a little something and then show you how I do it. Trumpet, and I love the trumpet because it's a powerful sounding instrument. It's also can play lyrical, like beautiful, instead of just like the marches like I just played for like Star Wars March earlier in this one. It can play things like really lyrical. I also like it to play some jazz. So a lot of different styles you can play on this. Concertos, like a famous concerto for the trumpet is the Haydn, which goes. So the reason I chose the trumpet, I should say the trumpet chose me, is because I heard that sound and I could realize that it has all these different emotions that I can portray in different styles. So that drew me to it. So the way I'm making the sound is by simply buzzing my lips. I'm going, and how I do that is I'm just blowing air, just like that. But when I put the lips together, I'll show you. Open, I'm going to close them. So notice how it's kind of a low buzz? That's just simply because I'm going, if I go, like I'm saying he, and put the lips together, then I get a higher buzz. Then I take the mouthpiece, which is this little guy, and I hold it in my left hand, like I'm saying okay. And do the same thing. That's how I make the buzz. Okay, let's do the same thing on the trumpet. Put it on the trumpet, and I'm just going to hold whatever note comes out. No vowels, just open. I'll show it this way so you can see it. Same thing, buzz. You're going to get a book that will show you all the fingerings and how to do them, and some demonstrations, and I'll make videos too as well as giving you lessons online, 2 hours a week. I'll also make some videos for you to play along with me as well, so that you know what you need to do. Okay, so that is the trumpet, and I will be back with another demonstration on the baritone. We're not offering trombone for the first year, which is the same as the baritone but with the slide instead of the valves like the trumpet. So think of the baritone as a big trumpet. So I will demonstrate. It's exactly the same principle, just an octave lower. You'll hear it, octave lower means twice as low as the trumpet. So it's more for the big whoa sounds, and trumpet is more the dee higher sounds. Okay? Hope you pick your instrument that makes you happy, and whatever instrument is, like I said, we have great coaches to show you the way, and you'll be playing within a week. Okay? Thank you. See you soon. Bye. Hi everybody, Frank here, the band director again. Just wanted to demonstrate the low brass for you. I demonstrated the trumpet, now I'd like to demonstrate the low brass. So this is the same as like the trumpet, it's got the 3 valves, just like the trumpet. We also buzz our lips, going same thing, and then we take the mouthpiece, but this is lower sounding because it's a bigger mouthpiece, so it's going to sound like, so again. So the difference between that and the trumpet mouthpiece, bring the trumpet mouthpiece over, you can see the difference in the size. Quite a big difference, almost the trumpet mouthpiece almost fits inside. So it gives them a difference in sound. And very different sounding mouthpieces, okay? So then of course, same thing, we buzz our mouth, buzz our lips. This is the same as the trombone except with valves, and you can always graduate to that after a year on this instrument. Okay? Well, I hope you find the instrument that you love, and we're sure looking forward to having you in band, and we'll make some beautiful music together. Thank you.
Well, we hope you enjoyed listening to those instrument demos and getting to see the faces of the coaches who your students will be working with. And now that you've seen what will be happening on Tuesdays between 3:30 and 5:30 for beginning band, and the same time frame 3:30 to 5:30 on Monday for advanced bands, we also want to talk a little bit about the other ways that we will stay in contact and educate your students in music, and that is through Google Classroom, which they're already familiar with from doing school that way. Once they register, they will be sent a class code, and that way they will be able to sign up to join the band Google Classroom, all using their provided devices that they already have and using their school email addresses. So everything should be completely smooth, and just the class will just populate with all their other classes. So on Google Classroom, there will be some asynchronous videos to help students out every week. There will also be homework assignments every week so that we can hear each student individually, and then we will provide feedback to those students. So eventually, after about 7 weeks, we will start having the beginning band come together as a group, and we'll start working towards our first semester concert pieces. And advanced band will also be working towards their first virtual concert. And the way we do our virtual concerts is we have students record themselves on their devices, and then we extract that audio and that video and compile a virtual concert. And at the end of this video, we'll show you a little bit of how that works. So please go ahead and email me any questions that you have. Feel free to call me as well. All my contact information is here on the school district website under the Child Development Center tab, under the band tab. And you can also find my contact information on the flyer that you received about band. So reach out if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you. Also, if you're a little bit stuck trying to decide between instruments, I may be able to help guide you with that as well. Other than that, I think now is a good time to give you a little taste of what our concert in June turned out like, our first ever virtual concert. And hopefully you'll enjoy this, and that'll inspire your students to want to be part of our program. Thanks so much for listening.